You're a barbarian?
I mean, do we say spoiler alerts first anymore, Red? Are we just outing me to the entire, people?
Well, I don't know. We were just, I don't know.
Yes, I am. I am a barbarian.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to talk about, like, your characters, like, a little bit now while we're waiting on Chris, we can do that.
Yeah, so I was thinking paladin.
Okay.
And I was thinking, what is the, one, it's like passive vengeance or something? Or retribution?
I think so.
It's the Batman paladin. I want to be the Batman paladin.
I do actually have a PHB right here. Oath of Vengeance definitely is one, Red. So I assume it's the one that you're looking for.
I think so. It's like Justice Paladin or something.
Oh. No, well, yeah, it would still have to be Oath of something.
Yeah.
I was saying last night we looked at this, and there are a lot of things on there that I never would have thought to ask you guys about.
Let's see here.
Yeah, okay.
What am I looking at?
Just the, like, consent for me thing that I put. I figured I figured none of you guys are gonna, I'm gonna be taming you guys more than, like, what you...
Yeah, probably.
How dare you?
You feel like Red wants boundaries crossed? You're not wrong. Both him and Chris, I think. I don't know so much about Tex. I don't know if he wants his boundaries crossed.
Okay.
Can what?
It's a paladin specific question.
Oh, I mean, go ahead. We are going to talk about, like, character creation.
Damn. Divine Smite is specifically melee weapon. I was kind of thinking I wanted to be like a bow paladin that Divine Smited with my arrows.
10-hour game.
Oath of Vengeance paladin is kind of the ranger paladin already. They get Hunter's Mark.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You're going pally?
Yeah.
I thought you were going, like, cool caster.
What? I like my pallies. I said in the chat, check the Discord.
Nobody reads the Discord group chat.
I really do, but there's just so much stuff.
You don't have to check every channel. Just check the campaign chat.
But then I get lost, and then I'm like, is this the channel? No, and then I have to read everything. I don't.
I do the same thing, honestly. I get it.
This is great. At 20th level, wings sprout from your back.
Yeah. There's a couple of things that do that. You just, like, randomly get wings, and I'm like, what?
Or able to fly, like the Tempest Cleric does the same thing. You just become like a flying Zeus.
Interesting.
Yeah, well,
Benjamin Button D&D start at 20th and work backwards. Oh my god. Getting, like, less power? Ooh, that's kind of interesting.
It would be, I would think it would be, I think a clever idea would be, you do it as a one-shot, and you put a timer on it. So, like, every 30 minutes to an hour, you then degrade your level, so they're, like, kind of rushing to get through your story. And if you throw enough things at them, like, they become, like, a level 1 character for the boss fight, which should be, like, a really easy fight. But it's like, oh no, there's, like, 8 rats. What do I do? Like, I'm gonna die.
This is genius, and somebody is gonna run it at some point.
So what is our party makeup? We got a barbarian.
A barbarian.
What's Chris gonna be? Because I did say I can just. He's a bard, right? Okay.
A bard?
Yeah.
Is he a bard?
Now let's be for real. I'm the one who probably doesn't read the channel the most, but I thought that's what
I think you're right. Yeah, no, I think Chris is like always a bard normally, right?
Which is fine.
He said ranger or fighter, which is what I thought. But then
a barbarian. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
You could do a barbarian. That would be fun.
You rage while you're performing, so you're basically like a screamo band. Come on, it writes itself.
Somehow rage gives you advantage on performance checks.
That'd be sick.
I mean, I could probably go a caster then. I don't mind. I like a.
I mean, paladin's half caster. It doesn't matter. You don't need to fill thingies to have a party.
But I like it to be balanced.
You don't need it to be balanced.
When people die, they will come back with what we need.
True. I might do a warlock.
A warlock?
Yeah.
Red, just do what you want.
I can't decide.
Yeah, I mean, you were so set on doing another pally, though.
I know. But then I started reading through the paladin stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, they're kind of boring.
What races is everybody thinking? I think we've only talked about class.
I'm going half orc. To be honest, it's kind of on brand for me.
That's fair.
We level 3?
We will be
Yeah.
level 3, yeah.
But I figured we're gonna be rolling our stats on stream.
Yeah, that's again another thing that we were going to talk about, whether or not we want to roll. I like to roll personally, so like I
Gives
try
me
to get
fun
people
stuff.
to roll because like it gives like variety and like, oh no, what if I roll like a 5 or so? I probably won't let you guys have 5s, but like we'll see.
The worst.
That
Okay,
way you
that's
get the movie monster trait of popping back up when everyone thinks you're dead. Yeah, that is a fun thing with half work.
I'm getting the gift die. I'm not
Nice.
leaving this up
Very
to
nice.
chance. Check this out. Metal black.
I have 2 sets of dice that I got recently that I haven't gotten to use to like actually play with yet, so those are going to be the first couple sets that I use in the campaign, I think.
All right, but if you kill us, you have to retire them. It's the rule.
It's the rule. If I kill you, I have to retire them.
And trust me,
Go
I'll
in
make it
dice
very
jail.
easy for you to do it.
You're late
no,
now, though.
I have a character idea now, and it's a good one.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good.
The question is, will you change that idea by the time Cribbins gets here?
Probably.
Yes. You guys want to put a predictor in?
So, I'm gonna be Harry Dresden
Okay, cool.
because so I can multi-class at level 3. So I'm gonna be a level 2 wizard, and then 1 level in warlock with the patron of the Archfey because he's beholden to the Fey, the Queen of the Winter Court.
Okay, let's actually like start session 0 now. So I wanted to start this off with everybody like introducing themselves. If you guys want to, at least like your name and your pronouns, I suppose. And then anything else you want to say. If you guys are streamers, you can shout out your like stream and whatever. So I guess we'll just start at the top with Chris.
Hi, my name's Chris. Twitch.tv/Cribbin5. And my pronouns are he, him, hi. And I respond to a lot of things though, so don't worry about getting them wrong. I've played D&D quite a lot. I've played it since 3.5. When I was like 13, I started getting into it.
Good on you.
I also have a cat.
Berta!
And yeah, I've played it since I was early teens, and I still play it. I try and play weekly, but it's really hard to organize that with people.
Yeah.
I've run my own campaigns and stuff before, multiple campaigns. Longest campaign I had running was like 3 years, I think it was.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
It was good. It was good.
It's crazy to you that apparently everyone was playing D&D your whole life, you never knew it. I don't think anybody around me was playing D&D, but except for my dad.
It's like getting your first job at a restaurant as an adult, and you're like, wait, everyone's on cocaine? How? That's not real.
I thought this was hard to get.
Oh, my
This is
dad
only
actually.
movies.
My dad handed down his D&D stuff to me, all the 2nd edition stuff that he's got.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
I don't think my dad
Yeah.
has any of his stuff left. He gave me his dice at one point, but I definitely don't have them anymore.
My uncle has all 1st edition stuff.
Yeah.
Like an entire 1st edition set. It's very cool.
It was very cool to look through that. We were going to borrow it, and then his son showed interest. We were like, well, you should probably keep it then. I wonder if he ever actually played.
Probably not.
I guess move on to Red, unless Chris has more stuff he wants to say.
I'm sexy.
Yeah, I mean, that's
and
obvious.
he knows it.
Yeah, fair. I'm Redbeard. I do the Twitches at Redbeard Unleashed. I'm Chickadee's live-in mod, and I like Dungeons and Dragons.
I like turtles.
All of your friends are now D&D players.
Did I nail it?
Not that you believed it was lame. Definitely grew up in a culture that said anyone played it was incredibly weird. That's fair. Yeah, that definitely would have been the same, like in the town that I grew up in. But you were a gamer, and that was shame too. Probably especially because you're a girl. Girls don't play games. Just a matter of finding your people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess like this would be. Oh, also I did see. I laughed at you, Maceo. I wonder which player's from the UK. He's British.
I'm actually from Kansas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
They can.
Well, you're actually not from the UK because you guys made the right vote.
We're not gonna open that can of worms just like we didn't last night when I was talking about this.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I guess we'll move on to text then.
Hi, all, I'm Tex. I'm a he/him as well. I don't Twitch. I basically join these lovely people when I can, and that gives me the fix I need because I don't need to do the work, which is right up my alley until Red fires me. So I've been itching to get back. Thankfully, Chickadee and Cribbins have had me on their stuff before, so feel free to check them out. And yeah, I've been playing D&D for probably 2-3 years, and DM'd once or twice. Probably did that once a month for a while. Maybe went for a year and a half. So definitely looking forward to being a player. I used to play D&D with Red and Chick before the whole pandemic thing. Red was Savage, and I had to create several new characters.
I killed a lot of his characters.
I know I was the only one dying. I don't understand. I don't get it. I like to think I was playing properly, but there is no real right or wrong way to play. But yeah, no.
As long as you're having fun.
Yeah, that's it. I like to play a little bit more of the characters. I don't know if I'll be doing any accents, but who knows? We'll see how we go about it. But yeah, no, I've always been into this type of thing.
Although apparently you can make good bacon out of banana skin. I saw that on like TikTok or something. It's like
Maceo,
orange peel skin. That's also gross. Ugh.
Maceo, that's the idea for my vegan ranger class. Never mind, that's the class. I changed again. I'm gonna be a vegan
we knew it.
ranger.
Oh no.
You got a level 3 vegan powers.
Ooh. Is it like? Never mind. I don't. I was gonna say something that probably wasn't great. All of our people were vegan, but
Yeah, okay, so now that we've all introduced ourselves, so basically this is going to be, like, about expectations of the game, like, what you guys want to see, what I want to see, what I'm expecting to do, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I think we're kind of all on the same page with that, like, we want to see combat, but it doesn't need to be, like focused on combat, like, we don't got to be, like, murder hobo-y or anything. And everybody is interested in doing RP, which is, fun for me. I need practice at being better at that too, so having like a group of people who are like interested in doing that I think is good. I guess like the next thing is player to player stuff, so how important what I'm calling around the fire talk is, so like again how important like RPing, learning about each other's characters, stuff like that is going to be for you. And then also how do you feel about PvP and like how far are you okay with PvP going?
Oh, I'll murder a bitch. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill Chris. Session 1.
Yeah.
I was gonna take the more passive approach.
I have had full like sessions before where it's literally just been characters talking to each other, like role playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not really done much. So I'm perfectly fine sitting here pretending to be someone else, having a conversation with someone, pretending to be someone else. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
me
cool.
too.
Yeah, I mean that'll be good opportunity for me to kind of
Nice
dive in a
hat.
little bit more.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know where to
DM doesn't allow rolls against other players. It's all RP, even combat. That's fair. So, what I prefer is fisticuff rules. So you cannot kill another player, but you can knock them out. So if everybody's cool with fisticuffs, then
It's fine with me.
Oh, good old brawl. I love those.
I'm ready.
But that brings me to my sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing. So basically, like, are you okay with like drugs and alcohol? What about brothels, general debauchery, stuff like that?
Totally fine with them being in the world and all that jazz. And if people want to interact with it, go for it.
Yeah.
Brothels and D&D? Trow Coke?
Okay.
Why have you never played this? I don't know. Why have you never played it? When we start doing drop-ins, you can probably drop in here. Oh, the serious and silly slider. How serious do you want the campaign to be? How silly do you want it to be? Do you want it to be a mix? Do you want it to be neither? And just boring run-of-the-mill?
Oh, I love I don't know if you guys watch much anime, but there's always like a beach episode, or like an episode where there's
Yes.
just like a throwaway. Like,
Yeah.
Infamous
I love
beach
a good
episode.
throwaway episode.
Okay,
every
cool.
So often. It's just fucking amazing.
Yeah. I also
Well, we
prefer
can,
like a mix of both of them. Like I like it when we get
Yeah.
super serious and have like actual like emotional reactions and stuff, but also being super silly is like fun. So
I remember seeing a meme that like the festivals in D&D are the beach episodes of animes. Like in a town it has like a
Yes.
festival. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like as well. I love the improv of D&D. Like yes and.
Yeah.
Yes.
When people are like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. It's like, oh, come on.
The
dude,
rule
I'm
of
just
cool,
trying to-
man.
I
That's all.
Yeah,
don't
the
say
rule of
no
cool,
very
exactly,
often,
yeah.
but I will say no because I think if you say yes to everything, things can kind of get out of hand.
Yeah.
But I say yes to most stuff. Cause
I like to just add flair, like rather than being like, oh, I stabbed them with my sword. It's like,
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna try and duck behind them and slash their Achilles, or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah,
like
for
rather
sure.
than
That's something I
just-
wanted to bring up. Is that something that I want to practice? Is doing like more narrative combat. So still like following all of the mechanics of combat, but like when you use vicious mockery, like saying something that would mock them viciously, or like
Tash's hideous laughter.
Yeah.
is so
Oh,
much
yeah.
fun.
or like especially like final blows. Like I want to give you guys the option to describe stuff.
Thing I've got to warn you about me being a player, which I'm trying my best not to do as much, but I end up turning it into like the Chris show, and like just end up,
Poor Tex.
I
just being like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do this,
I
I'll
was
do
gonna
this.
say you're gonna be fighting with me for that too.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna be fighting to get Tex to like be in the spotlight.
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not insulted if someone tells me to shut up. Like, feel
Okay.
free to tell me to shut up, like whenever. I'm just like, okay.
So my next thing is metagaming. This is of course like a really hard thing for everybody, like because we don't all have like the same definition of metagaming. So I guess first, like, what do you guys think of metagaming, and also like, what's your like definition of metagaming?
So for me, it's I try to act as my character would act. They, of course, I'll know certain monsters and how they are interacting with players just because of my experience in the game. My character won't know that, but I do think that there is a space where if you want to do something really cool, for example, like if Red's character is right after me in the combat order that I'm aware of, maybe him and I could do a cool combo move or something that we can discuss. But otherwise, like, if I know that one person's not susceptible to like a certain attack, I'm not gonna change my way of thinking for that unless it's been presented to the character. That's kind of where I am at with the metagaming. Of course, if we're ever in a boss battle and stuff like that, then maybe it's hard for me not to percolate how my character will act in advance, but I do try to keep it as honest on your toes.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, Professor. Is that's how I feel about that too. A lot of people would call that metagaming, though. So I'll talk about that after. Go ahead, Chris. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. So like my metagame is pretty much exactly the same. Like it's just out of character knowledge is how I describe it. Like if you can't think of a way that your character reasonably would know or do that, then that's metagaming. So like if you hear someone else say something but you're obviously not there, then you wouldn't assume the knowledge unless they have told you that they've explained it to you in that sort of way. But there's assumed things as well, sort of like if you're meeting up to someone to plan, they find out some information and then come back to planning, then you just assume that they've given you the information, in that
you
sort
don't
of
need to
thing.
say it.
Yeah, I don't think that like necessarily like in character you have to say all of the things that you've learned. In that case, I would be, especially because like sometimes like characters are going to try to keep secrets, and I'm okay with that. So like the assuming of that is okay as long as that was the intent of the person bringing the information back. Yeah, but my whole thing with like combat is if you've been traveling with a party, you probably know like what people are regularly gonna do. So like I'm okay with you guys talking about like the current round for like a little bit before the round happens. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to, like, talk for, like, 3 hours about each round, but, like, a couple of minutes I think is okay. Often used, I relay that info. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, and like I said, like, if there's ever anything that, like, you want to keep back and keep a secret, I'm okay with that, because I think, like, characters would do that. So, like, you can say, like, I relay the info, except for this one thing that I don't want to tell anyone yet. It's like finding loot that nobody knows about. Like, that's, like, another PvP thing we could talk about, is, like, are you okay with people keeping loot that they find without you knowing about it, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
If
Okay,
my character doesn't know about it.
Yeah, okay, good.
I wouldn't even be angry by it.
So, Red, metagaming. You haven't said your 2 cents about it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's doing things based on knowledge your character wouldn't have.
I don't mind talking out of character a little bit about stuff. I will, of course, like, always put a timer on it. Like, not an actual timer, but, like, some sort of timer, and be like, okay, like, you guys have, like, 1 sentence left each, and then, like, you guys have to act.
Yeah, that's the thing that always feels ridiculous to me in combat, is when people start talking, like, at length for, like, a combat round. It's like, no, we're kind of, like, in a situation here. You don't have this much time to think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like combat decisions to be kind of rushed.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I said, like, you can talk, like, a little bit about each round or whatever, but, like, I am going to cut it short just because, like, there's a certain amount that you would be able to just know and call out. Like, I have no problem with, like, each, like, round you, like, calling one thing out, like, I'm going to do this, or, like, I think he's going to move there, or, like, whatever. The last thing I have on my own Session 0 thing, I haven't even looked at this one yet, so sorry, this is a lot of stuff, I guess. But the idea of commitment and homework, I'm not going to give you a lot of homework, but there are going to be some things that, like, I want, like, from each of you. There's going to be, like, I want you to have, like, a couple NPCs from your background and stuff like that. And I've had what might be a really fun idea for our first session, which is, I want to start it, you guys are, like, halfway through an escort mission, and you're like settling down for the night, sitting around the fire, and I kind of want you guys to each come up with, like, a ghost story or a story from your past that you want to, like, tell everybody, and, like, this story will be, like, a little bit of, like, showing your character and who they are, and, like, the story that they would choose to tell, and that sort of thing. What do you guys think about having homework like that every now and then?
I do love a monologue.
Okay.
Monologues.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Cool.
It's just time and stuff, but I mean, this is like a creative outlet for me, so it's not like work for me, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not like homework, it's home fun.
Mhm.
So I'm sure I can get
I
to
like
it.
that.
It's just
Home
that
fun.
Sometimes life gets in the way, so
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, is we are going to have, like, a month between each session, so
Yeah.
you guys do have, like, a fair amount of time to kind of think about it.
and I know Red will probably do it the last minute because I went to school with him, so
He will. And I will talk about it to him regularly, because we're, like, in the same house and
I didn't
stuff,
do that in
but...
school.
sure.
The other thing with this isn't really, like, homework or anything, but I have this really cool book, and I haven't gotten to use it all yet. So I was
I've got
wondering.
2 copies of that book. Sorry.
That's okay. So I thought it might be fun on days that we're not doing a session. If you guys, like, this won't be like you have to show up for it or anything, but if you guys, like, have the free time on a Friday or Saturday of my streams, maybe we could, like, run through exercises for that, just, like, for funsies. And I could, like, I don't know, just grab a character that I already have and, like, run through exercises just, like, for fun. I don't know. I want to use it, and I don't get to use it, so... and again, like, we don't have to do that, like, every week or anything either. I just thought that would be a fun thing to do with you guys. What's the name of that book? I can hold it up again for sure.
The Ultimate RPG Character Backstory Guide.
I don't know if you could actually see that, because I couldn't see the thing, but thanks for reading that out.
It's nice. It's like having one of those, like, British voiceover robots, but, like, on the call too.
Okay, so I guess alignment we should talk about. How do you guys feel about alignment?
It's such like a right. So, oh my god, I hate I don't hate alignments. Okay, it's nice as a guideline, but they are so like when people try and hold you to this one thing, it's like your mood changes constantly. This person could really piss you off, and it could make you bend your morals slightly, or you could be in a specific situation where you don't have the choice to do it. I think being reprimanded for not sticking to your personality alignment character thing, like 100% of the time, is
I've dealt with that as a player, and it was frustrating.
Yeah. That's pretty much how I feel too. I wouldn't hate it if you guys like picked an alignment that will be like your kind of like baseline for like how you act. Mostly because like I'd rather know evil characters. But
yeah, I basically use it as a guidance for how my character would act, but it's not like gonna overwrite if if I'm neutral good, but then I need to do something that's a little bit shady. I'm not gonna not do that.
Yeah, like I'd rather you had like your like moral rules figured out than your actual alignment. Like, know if you would kill somebody in cold blood. Like, is that something your character would do? Know if you would steal bread because you were hungry versus whether you would steal money just for fun or like whatever. Like, just know like what kind of actions like you would do like within a moral framework.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the alignment thing, it's like it's so weird to like hold someone strictly to it because like you'd never do that.
What's your alignment as a person? Like, I feel like it needs to be more spectrum-y, you know? Like I move anywhere in like these like 3 boxes of the like matrix.
Yeah, but like in real life it'd be like if one day there's like one donut left and the person's like, oh, you can have it, and then the next day they're like, no, I want it, and then you like call them on it. You're like, well, yesterday
you were so generous yesterday.
You're a give away the donut person. You can't do that. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I hate those people.
I'm actually gonna take away experience for that.
And like even like in like the D&D universe, like you could be chaotic good or like chaotic whatever, but be in a place where the law is like enforced so harshly that you're gonna follow the law for your own self-preservation. Does that make you lawful? Not really.
Yeah. Well, yeah, even then, like, most of us, like, appear lawful. This is another thing that I really like to talk about alignment is, like, most people have multiple alignments, right? So you have the alignment that you perceive yourself as, and then there's the alignment that everybody around you perceives you as. Because, like, an evil character might actually perceive themselves as good or neutral, but because of the actions that they've taken that follow their own, like, moral code that, like, makes them perceive themselves that way, somebody else might perceive them another way. Okay, so, but before we move on, because experience was brought up, I'm going to be doing milestone experience. Because
I love milestone.
I figured none of you would have an issue with it, considering combat wasn't super important to any of you. Okay, so the question that I found, like, while I was looking up checklist stuff is, like, how do you guys feel about spotlights? So what I mean by this is if somebody has, like, a personal quest, like, from their backstory or whatever, are you guys okay with, like, the spotlight kind of being on that character for a little while, like, while you work, like, towards that quest? As long as in the future you get to do the same thing.
I'm totally fine.
Yeah, as long as it's mostly on me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's on someone else, totally fine with it. No, I'm kidding.
It kind of makes sense, like, especially if you're gonna help someone with something, then you'd all do it, wouldn't you?
Okay, this is like a game mechanic-y type thingy. So we'll also go into like some house rules and stuff, but when it comes to rolling dice, you guys don't get to tell me when and what you're rolling, because you shouldn't even know that you're rolling dice. You're just a character. You're just knowing things.
This is real life.
Players state actions and DMs determine the type of roll needed. Exactly.
You can just like look in a room. It's like, oh, I want to have a quick look around the room. That's like perception. But it's like, right, I'm gonna search through things and like pick stuff up, and you know, if you want a more detailed look, then that's investigation. Yeah, but at the same time, you don't know that.
So like, and like, I might like not even have you roll sometimes. Like, I might just know that like when you look around the room, you're gonna see the thing you're looking for. There's no point in rolling. Or I know you're not gonna find the thing you're looking for, so there's no point in rolling.
Yeah, that's passive perception and stuff as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I do really like using passive stuff. Like, I would love to be using, like, passive stealth, passive perception. Like, because passive stealth is, like, how you regularly walk around, right? Like, that's just, like, how quiet your footsteps generally are, how much you don't bump into things. Whereas, like, actually trying to be stealthy is a different thing. So some house rules. Also, feel free to call me out like while we're playing about rules that I didn't realize were house rules, because a lot of the things that I've learned have been through experience and not reading the books. I've read the books, but like it's different when you learn something in experience. It's kind of like it like sticks better. But house rules, critical hits. I use full dice plus a roll plus proficiency. So instead of like
that's so much better.
yeah,
Sorry.
because I want to crit to like actually do damage, so I want to make sure that you're getting something out of it. So even if you roll a 1, you're still getting like your first roll as like full dice rather than doubling that one. 20s and 1s, pretty much only for attacking. When it comes to like a skill check, there's a DC, and if 20 isn't that DC, then your 20 doesn't work. And there are things that are harder than like a natural 20 to do. So like if you don't have like a +5 or whatever, like you don't hit that 25 even if you've rolled a 20. You know what I mean? So skill checks,
like
there's
it's
no
impossible for you to do. Like
yeah.
It's not an automatic pass.
Now, that being said, a lot of people would be like, oh, well, then, like, why do they get to roll? And it's like, well, I don't know, because I don't know everybody's pluses off the top of my head, mostly. I think that's all I had for, like, that kind of stuff. So if you guys have questions, ask questions, and then let's start talking about character creation.
I've already got 3. I've already got 3 books open.
Okay, good. I like it.
Yeah, I have a reference page that I used because I'm reusing a character that unfortunately met his end far too early.
Yeah.
And I put way too much effort in his backstory to not use him. So
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't,
What did
that
you
doesn't
do?
sound like one of your characters.
So yeah, I'm basically ready to roll.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to go ahead and roll, go for it. I'm
How do you
trusting
want to
you guys with rolls. So rolling for abilities, we kind of decided this last night. I was always going to do 4d6, take away the lowest, but also you guys can re-roll once.
Okay.
Ooh, I like
So.
that.
Oh shit! I'm rolling like garbage. Anyway, I went away.
I got a 16, 14 so far. I'm well
Ooh.
happy.
I have 2 12s and an 11.
9.
So.
Oh, look at that. Oh no. Oh, 1. Ooh, a 6. 6, 6, 5.
Fuck! Why are you having such good luck?
Yeah, and yeah.
Has everybody decided on class and race?
Yeah,
I'm not sure about race. I think I might be going human. I know.
But no one plays humans.
I mean, I have to go human, so.
You have to.
Well, I'm basing it on a fictional character.
Who?
What?
No, it's
Are
what?
we allowed to know?
What? Who's on first? What's on second?
I don't know. Third base.
No, I'm basing my character on Harry Dresden.
Yeah, I mean, feel free, like I said, as long as, like, you're willing to know your character, because obviously I won't be able to. I expect you guys to know your characters anyways, but, like, I can't help as much if I don't have the books, so.
I
Yeah.
believe D&D Wiki has everything, though.
That's fair.
It's on the site,
That's
so
fair.
You can check it out there. I'm pretty sure D&D Wiki, like, takes care of everything that the Trove used to have, which is good, because...
Also, Don
Yeah.
John. Very good.
Don
DM.
John's fantastic. I do really like that site. All that work for a couple +1s and +2s.
You know it.
Yeah, these dice are nice. I'm gonna go get the ones I got for Christmas. Give me a sec.
I actually rolled pretty good.
I'm sorry, I probably just cut everyone off because I just like didn't even have my headphones on. But
You
it was
did?
very-
How
it was
dare
very
you.
rude. Yeah.
they kind of just look black. I'm gonna have to take a better picture, but they're like glittery, like purple, with like little bits of like lavender and like light blue in them. And the 20. Where are you? The 20 is like a little moon thing.
Mechanus. Yeah, that's it.
Mechanus?
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it's like a specific type of like plane where
Okay.
they're all like little robot clockwork thingies, and they always just do average, so like average damage and stuff.
Just want to make sure. I'm almost done my. And are we doing bonds, flaws, ideals? so on and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, that's really just like character creation. So like, you don't necessarily have to write them down or anything. Flaws I think would be good to have available to us. If you have any like goals and stuff, that would probably be good for me to know. But as far as like personality traits, like that's really just for you to know. So if you don't have like words to write them out with, that's fine with me. Also, don't forget that you have a background to do. I'm super okay with you doing custom backgrounds.
I'm a squishy barbarian.
Oh no!
Wow. Oh no.
So I rolled pretty poorly on my 2 level up things. I think I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay.
So, but my con's pretty beefy, so we'll see how that works. You can tell me to use my charisma, and I'll use my voice. Oh my gosh! Make it travel like a blowgun,
sir. Okay,
more
you gotta.
charismatic.
Oh my god, a bard with a trumpet that shoots darts.
Yes. Yes.
I've decided I'm going to be a Beastmaster Ranger
Ooh, nice. I like that.
with a pet boar.
Nice.
You have a
Yes.
fox named Red.
I kind of want a fox, but
The branding. 2 out of 2.
yeah, I might go for a fox.
I have a fox.
The thing is,
and
you can the
I'm gonna use die
the
on the fox
beasts
to
are-
write Cribbin5 at twitch.tv on the side of it.
Oh, I have okay, so in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything,
Mhm.
they have primal companions, so it's just an alternate Beastmaster feature,
Okay.
which replaces the Rangers feature, where they have just 3 basic stat blocks of creatures. There's Beast of the Sea, Beast of the Land, and Beast of the Sky that you can't see. So I think I'd go for a Beast of the Land, which is basically the same stats as a boar or a panther.
Okay.
It's like DC is a quarter.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can make it anything.
Yeah, I can make it anything. So I will make it fox.
There you go. Get that branding, baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can be a centaur? No, I'm Harry Dresden.
We went to the job board, and there was like one take number left, and we all 3 of our hands grasped it at the same time, and then we looked into each other's eyes and said, "This is meant to be."
I love it.
That's it. That's how we did it.
I feel like maybe not that dramatic, but we all did find the same job at the same time.
Okay.
Fine. I mean, I thought the hand holding was perfect, like it was fate.
I mean, maybe that's just how you remember it. Your
I was
character's just like
carrying
a
a bunch of-
romantic or whatever.
I was carrying a bunch of books, and Tex's character bumped into me, and I dropped my books, and he helped me pick them up. And we both looked up and locked eyes with each other.
Sounds about right. Oh, sorry. Are you saying this about our D&D characters or how we met?
Oh, well, I mean,
Same.
the story replicates life, right?
That's it. Yeah, I also took soldier for that.
Oh, wait, you took soldier too.
I did.
Oh, we could be from the same place.
As soon as you said it, I was just like, maybe we were in the same band together, but
I mean, it's also possible, like, for you two to know each other from the past and Red not know both of you from, like, beyond this job.
Red's
yeah, I'd
an
rather
outsider.
not know Red before. I'm forgetting him as often as I can.
And then we can have like inside jokes, and he can't be
Okay.
part of them and
That's
stuff.
it. That's exactly what's happening. A lot of that being.
Remember that time when the new recruit ate that poo?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you should have seen his face. He thought it was chocolate.
What's it?
I mean, I'm fine with that because I can just be the character all the time. Like, I'm sorry, you made him eat poo? It's terrible.
No, it was just chocolate. He mistook it. He
Yeah.
thought it was chocolate, but
So-
I was the one that may have done it, but next to his chocolate bar. But he ate it. It was his fault.
He did it willingly. And we didn't tell him he had to finish the entire chocolate bar, but he did.
He just, like, kept eating.
That's it.
Oh, the last thing on that checklist is the impact of player decisions. Obviously, there are consequences to the decisions, and there are going to be some things that are like timed. Like you will have like 1 week in game to do the thing or whatever, and then like something happens. Because I think if it's like a video game where you're like, I need this by tomorrow, but like you go and you spend like 40 hours on a different quest and then come back, but it's still just tomorrow, that doesn't make any sense.
Like the big bad is the guy that we convinced to eat poo.
I mean, that's a possibility now. That's canon.
So
Yeah.
Am I the one with the most health now?
I have 23.
I mean, probably.
I have 26.
Yeah, you have more than me.
Oh no, I got 27. Sorry.
I'm glad you laughed at that.
You have 27. Yeah. Yeah, I rolled a d12 twice and I got a 1 and a 3.
Yikes.
My con's +3, so that helps for
Oof.
both of that. But
Harry Dresden, but spelled Harry.
or Ari with an A.
Harry.
Ari Dresden.
Potter, what in
this
this world?
What? What you getting on, man?
He's supposed to be dead.
Can't believe this ranger is better.
I think my stats are too good.
I'm a little
Weird.
worried about how good your stats are, especially because like we have that, and then Red has like some pretty low stats.
We'll cut off a leg or something, so you're not as dexterous or something.
You know what? I was thinking of having a grievous injury.
You should.
You know,
I mean, if you want to, we can definitely play around with that. Because like I
That's
wouldn't
exactly
like
what I
normally have that in as like a thing that could just randomly happen, but if like a player wants to like lose an eye or something, I'm super okay with like making that something for them that they want. You know?
I'll be injured and it was Tex's fault.
Totally. Yeah, 100%. That would make
That
the
is
most
a
sense.
good idea.
And you know why? Because I was kind of jealous of how good you were and you were upsailing me.
Yeah.
So I intentionally hurt you. Yeah.
I was
Sorry.
I was a
Hashtag
higher
sorry,
rank.
not sorry.
I was a captain
Yep.
and you were a corporal.
We became frenemies, and I was a jealous bitch.
Yeah.
And you accidentally hurt him. So is there anything else you guys have, like, question-wise, like, campaign specific or character or, like, questions about the story thing that I want you guys to do for the first session? Like,
Let's talk about that story thing that you want us to do for the first
Sure.
session, because I'm not recalling it.
yeah, that's fine. Okay, so basically I want to start the session off with you guys sitting around the campfire, like, a day or two out from your destination. And I want you each to have, like, a ghost story or something like that. It could be, like, an actual story from your past. It could be a ghost story that, like, you grew up with. It could be anything like that, but just, like, kind of like a short monologue-y thing that kind of gives, like, if you can, somehow gives insight into your character, like, just because, like, whatever story you choose, like, kind of tells us something about, like, what you would choose to tell around the campfire.
I was thinking of having a non-binary character.
Do it. My audience will love that. Especially with me having like 3 cis dudes as my players, which, you know, I mean, we'll have other people come in, hopefully. Hopefully I can get Ash on.
We're a real diverse group for sure.
Yeah, 3 white cis men.
Welcome to Straight White
3
D&D.
white guys.
This? Yeah, that's Texas dude.
My character is missing. Oh, I've done the wrong thing. 1 leg from the knee down,
Okay.
and 1 arm from halfway down the forearm. And I wanted to use knuckle dusters because a knuckle duster in one hand, and then there's just metal over the where it's been amputated, so it counts as a tongue, you know.
Yeah.
It made a nice noise when I hit this thing.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. How do you walk? Do you have like crutches? Do you have a fake leg? Do you have?
So I think there are. That's yeah. I just put I made the character. It may change a little bit, but that's.
I do really like it.
I tossed my character into the D&D thing.
Cool. I will show it. Oh, I like this one too. Jeez.
It looks pretty good. Eh?
They look.
It
They
does
all
look
look
really
really good. Thanks for tuning into Chicken D&D. Don't forget to check us out live on Twitch, link in the bio, and to like, comment, and subscribe.